welcome to our show tonight. Thank you so much. This is great. Thank you so much. Keep sharing, keep tagging, keep bringing your friends. Tell them you're about to start. Tell us how the sound is. Tell us how the video is, so that we can be on the same page. So I'm waiting to hear from you people. How is the sound? How is the video? Welcome so much, Caro. Thank you so much. Wamashira, Anne, thank you. Welcome. Keep tagging. Mercy, thank you so much. Let's see those guys who just, but they also watch behind this. You know, they're like, they don't want to comment so that they want to be, not to be noticed they are in. Today is your day, so please let's know those guys that are in. Keep sharing, keep tagging. Yes. No one who is telling us how it sounds. Also, my producer can tell me if he can see a comment about the sound, about the video. Yes. Thank you. Keep sharing, keep tagging, Today will be amazing as we talk about entitlement mentality. It will be amazing. It will be great. Awesome. Mercy, how is sound? Anne, how is sound? Good. Thank you. Welcome, Reverend Maureen, for coming in. Keep tagging the other reverends. Let's do this together. Let's sharpen one another. Let's grow together. And we know from the Well Show we are going to build a new generation, an empowered generation, impacted, equipped generation to serve and fulfilling their purpose. So thank you so much. My director is telling us we're good to go. And we'll be able to get direct into our topic tonight, and hoping and trusting that we'll be able to empower. Everything is clear. Thank you so much, Maureen, for that comment. We appreciate. Even the rest who are watching behind the scene, God bless you. It's amazing. You make this show wonderful and great. Without you people, it would not be possible for us to be here every Thursday. So we value your presence. We value your commitment. We don't take it for granted. God bless you so much, even as we grow together, as you continue praying for us, as you continue supporting us to grow, to become better. And we appreciate your views. Keep telling us what we can do to make this show better, and that is our joy. Thank you. My friend Leah. Yes, Leah is watching us from USA. Thank you so much, my cousin, my sister. God bless you. Tunashukuru Mungu kwa neema yako. So thank you guys. I want to welcome you to a nice show. I hope you have your pen, you have your notebook. As today remember we said the second Thursday of every month we'll be talking about the matters that affect our family, the things that we need to deal with, and how we can be able to build a more cohesive family, a more united family, a more focused family, nuclear and extended. How can we be able to live, well with our cousins, with our aunties, without a lot of frictions? Because the truth be said that families have a lot of frictions. There is no harmony. There is no that place where you can be able to sit as aunties and cousins from different cadres in terms of career, from different, financial abilities, and be able to appreciate one another without some feeling more intimidated, or some feeling, they are quite far ahead, they cannot be able to share it with others. So today we want to look at how how can we deal with entitlement mentality? Because this is one of the an attitude that is creeping into our family, and it is it is disseminating families, it is breaking families. So tonight we want to ask ourselves, where does it start? How can we deal with it? And what are the effects of having entitlement mentality? That's what we'll be looking tonight, because we said from the well show, we must be able to build well families, well family members who can live together regardless of their financial ability, regardless of their education background, in terms of their social status, but they can be able to live together and everybody appreciate where they are, that they are blessed uniquely, and from our diversity there is strength as a family. So when we talk about entitlement mentality, what do we mean? Two things that you need to get when you talk about entitlement. It is that feeling that either the world or people, they owe you something. Let me repeat. When we talk about entitlement, it is that feeling that you have, that you deserve. It is your right. They owe you. They have to give you. You have the right to access whatever they have. So that entitlement, that place of feeling, it is my right. It is my brother who have a car, so it by extension, it's my car. That kind of a right. That place where you feel like I'm also entitled to it. I'm also, I have kind of an authority into it. I have a legal access to it, because either there is somebody who have it, and also because they have it, automatically I should have it. That is what we call entitlement mentality. It is the feeling of they owe me something, or the word owe me something, or I deserve it, or I should get it from them, or they should treat me with a certain kind of, preference, with a kind of favor, with there is a way they should treat you with a standard, even if you don't deserve it, but you feel within you that you deserve it. So that is what you call entitlement mentality, where you feel people should help you. They should. Actually, not they should. They must help you. When you talk about entitlement, it is not a request. It's a place where it's a must. It's when you have an issue and you think people should stop whatever they are doing and they must come for you. Because your brother is working and I'm not working, when I ask for money, they must give. Actually, let me omit the word should. They must give me, because they are my brothers, they are my sisters, they are my siblings, they are my parents. They have, and whatever they have, I must access it, I must enjoy it. That is the entitlement. And the entitlement has break a lot of family, and some family members have carried burden for so long, because they also feel, because they are my sister, I'm also entitled to helping them. Because they are my brothers, I'm also entitled to help them. Because they are my cousin, I can also stop my life and be able to help them. So entitlement has the both, it's a two-way traffic. Is that person who feel like, there is a societal obligation that you feel you should reach out to where they are and be able to bring them up, which is not wrong. It is okay, but we'll see what are the effect of that kind of mentality. So that is the background about entitlement. And I've said it's where people feel they deserve, it is their right, they have to access it, because at the end of the day, it is whatever you have, they can also get it without working. Now, how does entitlement mentality start coming up? It starts the moment, or rather when they are bringing. The way we bring up our children, that's how they start getting the entitlement mentality. When we have parents who have made it like 100%, whatever their kids ask for, they have to get it. Like, there are kids who don't know what is lack. There are kids who don't know what is no. Everything they ask for it, their parents, they have to make sure that their kids are able to access. The place where we bring our kids with the mentality they can access anything and everything they want. At any stage, there is no place of no, there is no place it is lack, there is no place of adjust, there is no place of change. Those kids, they grow with the same mentality. And when also they're grown up as adult, they're the people who go to a workplace and they think they're entitled to an off day because they know this is my day for an off. So the place you try to adjustment for them, it is very hard, because that is the kind of a system that has been built into them. And that's why I always tell parents, it is right to grow your kids with the mentality sometimes lack is part of life, failure is part of life, because these are the kids we are bringing up with the mentality of everything they ask for, they have to get it. When they grow up and you probably the world cannot be able to offer, they feel like, do you know what? This is not the kind of the life I've been prepared for. I've been prepared everything that I want. I want bread with butter. That's what I'll get. You know, I want to watch movie the whole day. That's what I'll do. I want to have internet throughout. The moment now they need to stand on their own, they cannot be able to face a life that is full of frustration, that there is a lot of challenges, because that was not prepared into them. And these are the people who comes into family because of the same mentality they have been brought up with. They have everything at their dismissal and also, you know, at their reach. When they grow to a stage whereby that they need now to understand it's not everything they ask for, because now they are grown up and they cannot get it. That place of adjustment becomes a problem. And these are the kids who grow up saying, do you know what? My sisters are working, my brothers are working. So at the end of the day, I will just need to call them. And at the end of the day, they're going to send me, they're going to sort out my bills. We have grown-up men who are 40 years old, and their sisters are the one who paying their kids' school fees. Their brothers are the one who are paying their rent. How now at 40, at 30, and you can take your phone, not first month, not second month. I know sometimes we go down and we come up, but they are generally there members in family. And I know in each and every family we never lack one or two people who you are wondering what will happen to our sister, when will she going to mature, and she's 60, she's 50, and she's still running away and asking, what do you think I should do? Because they grew up with the mentality of it is my right to be helped. It is my right for them to stand with me. It is my right when I have a problem for them to come. Who told you in the first place? So when we talk about entitlement, it doesn't start when you grow up. It starts on how we bring our kids. And please, parents, listen to me. I know you have the desire, you have the ambition, me included, to give our kids the best. But do you know what? Also remember, we'll not be with them at every stage of their life. So prepare them that failure is part of life. Prepare them lack is part of life. Because the moment, since I was born until 21 years old, I've never lacked sugar. How are you going to tell me I'm going to, to adjust when I get out there and probably there is no job, also I have to take tea without sugar? It is not easy. And that's why you find, it is so hard to understand and to believe that someone has cleared university probably at age 22. They have only tarmacked for a first year, for the 1 year, and they're complaining there are no jobs. And you have tarmacked for only 1 year, and you're like giving up. Oh, this life is so difficult, it's so unfair, I feel like I'm giving up. No, me tarmack only for 1 year. There are guys who have tarmacked for 10 years, and they're still hopeful that things are going to happen. But we have brought up kids who like everything has to happen in a microwave way, kind of a kind of manner, that everything it's like just switch on and off and everything will be at the dismissal. So we need to start also bringing our kids and preparing them that things can change. Sometimes it's wisdom for a parent to go home, you have money but there's no sugar, don't buy it for 2 or 3 days. Let your kid also start adjusting. Oh, okay, so sometimes it's good you can take tea without sugar. They might not understand what you're doing, but preparing them for a future. I hope I'm clear. So the moment we talk about entitlement, once the entitlement grew up to a place whereby that now this is an adult person, and this is the moment we start now people feeling that is their right. Now what happened when a grown-up has or have the entitlement mentality? There are 3 things will happen. Number 1, they'll always be bitter when people don't come through for them. When a brother plans for an event and other brothers and cousins don't come, it becomes a beef. Inakuwa ni beef. Kwani hamkukam event yangu. You listen to parents, you listen to families every time they meet, they have to start fighting. Oh, nilikuwa na event, sikukuona, ulikuwa wapi, I think ulipata maringo. Those kind of, because they felt in the first place, you are my cousin, you must come through for me. And I want to tell you tonight, when people come through for you, say thank you. Tell God thank you because you gave them a burden. When they don't come through for you, tell God thank you, there is a next time. But you get families pulling attitude. Guys, I'm like, I'll never visit and so because they never come for it. No. It's not an issue whether they come for you. The point is, if you are not close to them, either because of perception about life, either because of standard, but not because they didn't come through for me. When people come through for you, I always tell people, no one, even your own parents, no one was created to come through for you. If they come through for you, it's favor and grace. I hope I'm clear there. So when you get these people now, they have grown up and they have this mentality. If they have an event and you don't come through for them, they're so bitter. They're like, me, I don't like auntie so-and-so. I don't like my brother. Oh, he's very stingy. Yeah, at the end of the day, don't nizake. Yeah, that is the whole point. You see, so if they come through, it's okay. When they don't come through, try to teach yourself to be contented with the situation as it is, so that we can live with harmony. And let me tell you, hautakuwa ukikwazwa na mali ya wasee. If your cousin, your brother, your mother build a better house, if they buy a good clothes, if they buy a good bag, ni jasho yao. You wait for your time. In families, we have a problem in celebrating when someone succeeds. I don't know who said all of us should be poor in a family. When someone is driving, when someone is, the first thing na kamingi, alianza kuringa. Unajua alipata pesa akaanza kuringa. Man, for when are we going to start celebrating? Who said we have to be poor, all of us in family? Who said? Where did we get this mentality of all of us nataka tukue level moja? When are we going to say like, oh, do you know what? Even if he doesn't help you, I'm celebrating that in our family we have someone who has made some strides in life. I wish tonight, as we discuss about building families, can we deal with entitlement mentality? It is not a must. Because your brother have it, because your mother have it, they have to help you. If they do, well and good. If they don't, you are of age. Wake up. Soldier on. Create and build up your own frame towards your success and your destiny. No one owes you anything in this world. None. You have find sons sitting down and plotting how either to kill their father so that they can inherit. You find kids growing up and they say, I know my father have a land. It is not your land, it is your father's land. Leo wacha ikuwe mbaya mbaya. We cannot bring men who are 30 and they're still waiting when their dad and their mother they're going to pass so that they can inherit. Una get a whole man, a mature man, 40, 30, you're going back to your mother's house because ameenda na mzaya ameenda. Tunapatiwa hao. You can leave that house to be a monument where all of you can be gathering there and you can tell your children, this was Shosho's house. We come here for memory. But you get unakaa kwa ka cube na hapo nyuma. Unawaitile time zaya ataenda na madhe waende atuingie kwa 2 bedroom ama 3 bedroom. If that is not where you are, live at that small place, work hard, work smart, trust in God, know that your season and your time that is coming. How could you sit down? You start even telling your mother to Janipatia, who told you that they owe you anything? The biggest responsibility a parent have is to take you to school, teach you moral and integrity about properties and money. Go look for yours. And in this show about families and entitlement, we have no apologies to make. We have to say as it is. You have kids who are killing their parents because they are like waiting. Instead of us looking at parents and supporting them and telling them, do you know what? The greatest responsibility of a parent is to make sure they carry you 9 months, they bring you on earth. Atoms, mama akikuzaa, hiyo siku ya kwanza, akudeny. As long as you are breathing, God will send well wishers to make sure that you access to a place where you can be mature enough and make your personal decision. Guys, tonight families are full of bitterness because who you are now, who you are konayo. Let's deal with it. Number 2, there is a lot of laziness in our family. Because you think, unageta msetu amekaa hivi because anajua mzee yako na shamba eka 5 na goja ile time atakanyuria na mimi kama I continue. No, work. Don't wait for your brother who is, a CEO where if they cannot connect you, there is a God who can connect you to. your destiny. You don't have to be lazy waiting for people, your brothers, that you can't see your brother eye to eye because he never connected you. Let me tell you something. Don't be lazy. Don't count your brother's things. Don't count your uncle's things. Don't count even your mother. If they give you an inheritance, thank you. It's a blessing. If they don't, say thank you, mama. You brought me up. You took me to a school. That was enough for me. I can now move on. We cannot have laziness mentality in our family because so and so worked for it. And those guys, they come to town and they're waking up at 4, at 3, so that they can make ends meet. And you are there, you're like, man, do you know what? My brother will come through for me. Just assuming, if something happened and your brother things change, what will happen? Can we kill this laziness mentality that we have birthed out of entitlement mentality? You believe it is my right. And when they tell you no, if they tell you they don't have, you cannot understand. Do you know there are people, they have said time and again, I'm not in a position to help you, and you think they don't want to help you because you have put that deeply in you. It is flowing in your blood that they have to. So when they don't, and probably they are not in a position because of the things they're going through, you're feeling like, probably they're lying, probably they no longer love you. Because let me tell you, the moment you understand how to live with people and more so with family, is not every time you run to your family members because of because of dignity, because of respect. If you don't want to have a good respect with your brothers, your sisters, your cousin, is not every time you keep asking for support. Sometimes, please, because the moment you ask for it, they will know you are genuine. Hawezi kuwa ukilia kila time ati hapa hivi kuna leopard, every time kuna leopard. Ile time itakam, wase watasema nile tu jokes zako. So learn also to work. The little that you can, let your contribution also be felt at home. Even if you contribute 50 shillings, even if you contribute 100 shillings, let your effort be felt. This is a place where you find some kids, they are standing in the gap and God continue blessing them, and you think they are doing someone is doing them a favor. No, everything that you sow, you're going to leap. So I pray tonight that we're not going to have that entitlement mentality. My friends, my brothers, my sisters, no, yes, I might be in a rich family, but if me, I'm not rich, it is them who are rich. I'm working for my own cause. That is very important. If all my cousins, my brothers are driving, it is not me who is driving. Face the reality. It is them. When you're planning a meeting in Nakuru and they will not pick you, please don't pull attitude. Plan yourself. If they'll give you a lift, it's okay. If they give you a ride, it's okay. If they don't give you a ride, say, Inshallah, my day is coming. That is the attitude we want to have. Accept the level that you are. Accept where you are. If probably even them, they're not feeling you don't belong there, please don't pull an attitude. Work hard, work smart. Your time is coming. Your day will come and you'll have your stage and you're going to shine. Please don't force yourself. Just know this is where I am. This is my league. My time is coming for me to play a higher league. The only thing that I know, I might be working slow, but I'm working surely to my area of excellence. And this is what we need in our family so that we stop, frictions, bitterness, fighting, brothers fighting one another, brother and sister exchanging words. And they are exchanging words for things, for material, for property. Because there is a way our mind has been structured that you must have it. It's not a must. Hello? I hope we are connecting well. Let me see what you guys are saying. Thank you, Simon from Agogoni. God bless you for coming in. My mchungaji, Reverend Mary, thank you so much. Faith, wow, thank you, seeing you here. Wait, tumekuzoea the other side ya YouTube. Tasha Tam, wow, bitter truth. Yeah, it's painful, but it's the whole thing. So we have to face it as it is. Hakuna history ya kushanga tukipembelezo tukombo mambo pole pole. We'll say as it is. Yes. Thank you, Reverend Maureen. Everyone should work to earn a living. Yes, you must. lazima ujitume as a family. Push yourself to a level so that at the end of the day you will be able to stand out in your family and say, I have also contributed to where we are. So I've said three things about. Number one, I have said, entitlement mentality will cause a lot of bitterness. Number two, a lot of laziness. Looking forward. I don't know whether you have seen someone carrying meat and then there is a dog following you. Your dog will move na venye tu napeleka mkono. Waiting ile time utaangusha. Instead yenda ikahunt. Iko tu hapa hivi. It can move with you almost a whole kilometer waiting. There are those moments where waiting. Atanitumia lini. Atanisort saa ngapi. You see that place where you are like, man, and I pray tonight also, God will open our eyes, will open our mind, will give us divine ideas that also in our family, everybody is going to rise. And when you meet as a family members, when we have a problem of 50,000, everybody is becoming also a partaker in the blessing because they are feeling God have blessed them in their own area. That is very important. And I have told you, when you are genuinely, and you see, there are also people who are always in one season all through. Season yao from January to December, first year, a whole decade. Upatangi, kwani hata wewe, miaka 10, in the same place. Iwezi kuwa. So hata usikubali tu season moja. Kama kuna stories za season, you need to see your pastor and ask him, or rather, what is happening? Because in every season, I understand there are seasons of lack. There are seasons when you have plenty, but you cannot all through umekuwa place. Ulipata mtoi saizi yako uni, hujaipata. You see, because there are other people in family. Every time they're discussing something, mi siwezi, mi msinihesabu, mi sipatwa hiyo, mi sitapatikana, mi siwezi, utaiweza lini? Can we face the reality and everybody to feel like where is my contribution in building this family? Where is my contribution if everybody was to take a part in this family? Utaenda nini? If we just imagine if everybody was told, pick a piece of what you have contributed in that family, whether it is the larger family, even if it is that family where it's a husband and a wife, if probably someone was to take a part, what are you going to take? What are you going to take? What is your contribution? Those are the hard questions you need to ask yourself. Those are the bitter pills that you need to swallow. And wake up tomorrow morning and say, I need to change my attitude. I need to change my perception. I need to arise and take my position. Because either I'm a son in this family or a daughter in this family, there is an obligation, there is a responsibility that God has bestowed upon me to build this family. If today we were to celebrate, what are we going to celebrate? Genuinely knowing that this is my contribution. I hope I'm communicating to someone. I know these are hard things, but at the end of the day, we have to speak them as they are. Because this is the whole thing that you find nowadays, cousins don't meet. Why? Because when they meet, the first thing is dome zinaanza kuingia. Feelings zinaanza kuingia. Attitudes zinaanza kuingia. Hey, watoto wa fulani wanakuanga na maringo, watoto wa fulani wanakuanga na maringo. When are we going to kill this? Is the moment everybody is going to, to work on their cause, and everybody on their cause. When we come on the table, we are celebrating. Our bigger picture is working together. Si wengine kazi yao ni kubebwa. Si wengine looking down upon the others. All of us feel we are part and parcel of this family. No one owes me anything. Actually, at the end of the day, I always say this. We owe the world everything that we have. We owe our family everything that we have. We owe our family our minds. We owe our family our ideas. So that when we sit down on it, the first question should always be, before I receive, what am I giving? What am I giving? Before I can go to my parents and make noise, they have not given me my share of inheritance. Ask yourself, what have you given them? What even have you given your children? Before you can go out there and say that they don't help me, ask yourself, when they had an issue, did you go, did you come through for them? Did you stand with them? Because when you have entitled mentality, is a place where you feel you deserve to be treated well, but you don't reciprocate the same. Is a place where they need to come through for me when I have an event. They need to come through when I have a problem. But the question you need to ask yourself, when they have an issue, do you go through for them? Do you come through for them? Do you give a hand for them? You need to ask yourself, because life is a two-way traffic. You give and you receive. And I always say this, before you receive, ask yourself, what are you giving back? Before you can sit down and complain how this one is bad, when they had an issue, did you go through for them? Did you do something for them? Did they feel your presence? That is the whole thing. And I've said these are the things that all of us, me included, need to sit down and ask each and every one of us, where do I need to change? Because our families are oozing blood. Members are bleeding because of fights, infight, regroupings. Unapata their class. Now we have clusters in families. This brother and this brother wanakuwaga level moja. Huyu na huyu wanakuwaga level moja. We'll never break these families, to boundaries and to cocoons unless when we face our reality. Mwenye ako chini anze kudecide, I'm growing myself to a certain level. Mwenye ako juu anze kujua, I need to accommodate them. I need to create a conducive environment where I can push them, I'll push them. Not because they'll come through for me one day, but you have given freely. They must be a place of give and take. As much as mwenye ako juu anakupatia hand to pulling you, also put some effort to come up so that people will always feel motivated to work with people who have a self-motivation. You must be motivated to grow yourself. And I've said this, don't focus on people. If you have to focus, and you have to, focus on God. Focus on God. This issue of people didn't finish it and start focusing on God, so that we stop this, this clustering, this place of regrouping, this place where we don't have unity of purpose in family. For us to have unity in purpose, everybody, every player must sit down. Whether in that small family where we have a father, mother, and children, everybody must have a meeting with themselves and ask themselves, as the father, what is my contribution in making this family where it is? As a mother, as kids, what am I doing to make this family better? Because the family, it is not one person, a person responsibility. It is a collective responsibility where each and every person play their role. No one where that it is my right to get a conducive environment created by who? Everyone say, I want to work in a conducive environment. Okay, fine. Who have created that conducive environment? It is each and everyone's responsibility, a collective responsibility. We build a conducive environment where our family can thrive, our family can grow, our kids can grow, and that is the best thing we can do. We must show our kids to coexist together. Those who have and those who don't have, they must live together. When all of us come to that place on no, it is good to lack, it is good to fail, it is a learning process. I'll be better tomorrow. No one owes me anything. When I need a favor from people and they don't come through for me, you say thank you. There is tomorrow. If they didn't come through for me, God will always come through for you. When you sit down and you're planning things, always plan with this open-minded. I have these things I'm planning. If people come through for me, thank you. If they don't, do you know how many even people have shifted churches because you expected people to come through for you and they didn't come? And that was a reason for you to move because you're planning. How many young people are planning wedding with a list of their friends? Actually, they write friends with the amount. So and so can give me 10,000. So and so can give me 5,000. So and so can give me 2,000. You're planning a whole wedding with someone's money in their pocket. And when they don't come through because of their one reason or another, you feel offended and you're like, they never stood with me. Man, when you're planning things, please know this, that you can have 100% success and also you can have 0 success. It is part of life. And the same thing that says prepare our children, we must prepare them. 100% success might happen. Along the way, we might fail. But you know what? At the end of the day, we must keep moving. This is why people they're falling into stress and depression. You're planning an event. I remember there's a friend of mine who was planning for a wedding and expected out of it, guys are going to come through, and even the balance he had not cleared, thought that the friends are going to come through. And one way or another, maybe it was not lucky day for him, and majority of the friends didn't come through, and he was bitter, frustrated, almost falling into depression. Why? Because there is that entitled mentality that clips in our minds. Put your expectations at manageable levels. Always know, if they don't come through, I have a plan B. If they come through, it is okay. If my parents will be gracious enough to me to give me something, thank you, God. If they don't, I'm not bitter with them. I'll say thank you. It takes a lot of maturity. It takes a lot of understanding to stand and be proud of those people who probably they never came through for you, but you still believe that. Do you know what? They have good reason that they might not keep explaining to us why they never came through for us. This society, we have people who believe it is their rights. It is not my rights. It is not your rights. It is a privilege. It's an honor when people stand with us. When you reach out to someone and come through for you, have that gratitude. Have that spirit of appreciation, that thank you. Thank you. This mentality whereby that everybody believe because you're married, there's a husband and a wife. It is their rights. It is their responsibility. It is not their responsibility. We have so many people who are not taking it as a responsibility. So it is not the golden rule. So those who show that sense of doing something, don't feel you're entitled to it. You are not. Appreciate. Let them know that, you know what, I know it is not my right. You have given me this privilege. You have given these rights that I'm able to access good education. As kids, they can be able to sit down as they mature and know the sacrifice their parents go through to take them to good school. Let them start cultivating that gratitude attitude, that appreciating attitude, that there's so much sacrifice people have done in kind and in form to see us better. There are people who sacrifice a lot to see us better. We are also sacrificing for other people. So if there is a husband in the house, if there is a wife in the house and you're together, please let everyone understand, as we are building a family, it is not about rights. It is an honor. It is a privilege that person accepts to take their responsibility and do it without murmuring. And the only way we can be able to tell them they're doing it right. The issue of entitlement, it is killing people. There are people who are demoralized because they have done this day in, day out. And no one will celebrate them. No one tells them it's okay. Because at the end of the day, it's like, I have seen kids. They'll come and say, Mom or Dad, it is your right to pay school fees. It is your responsibility to pay school fees. Who said? We have so many kids who parents, they don't care. But even if we don't look like them, we also feel good when you pay school fees and your kids come and appreciate. That place of appreciation, it gives you the fuel to continue doing what you're doing. It gives you that passion to continue doing whatever you're doing without complaining and murmuring, because we are still human beings. I hope I've communicated tonight to each and every one of us that will have a moment of reflection. And we must accept that our families are not moving in the right directions, whether nuclear, whether extended. And the only thing we can do is to stop hiding ourselves and face a reality. This is not a moment of blaming one another. This is not a moment where you say, no, it's a place of each and every one of us, having a moment and say, I think I also have a part to play. If I'm up there, by the grace of God, I'll give them a hand and pull them. And as I give them a hand, they're going to show effort and they're going to put energy for them to arise. It must be a collective responsibility. We must know we have a responsibility of fulfilling the desires of God, the author and the finisher and the creator of families, to live with harmony, to live in peace, in unity, where we have diversity. We have diversity in terms of finances, diversity of education, but in our diversity, there is strength. We must start celebrating one another in family. When your brother make it, celebrate it. Don't regroup and start having discussion behind their back. When your sister is planning to do something, support them. Stand with them. If you can't, it is okay. If they come through for you, it is okay. We need to start celebrating one another in our family. The issues of infights, they need to end, my brother. They need to end, my sister. We need to stand together. When we stand together, we are going to build a strong family, and everybody will look down and say, wow, I admire that family. But it takes a lot of grace, a lot of maturity, a lot of self-evaluation, a lot of self-pinching so that you can deal with that attitude, a lot of, punching yourself so that you can fix the things. It's not easy. When your brother is eating bacon sausage, na unafinya tu githeri, mahindi umefinya, and you still go to the same meeting and celebrating them. It's not easy. It's not easy, I know. It's not easy. You feel zile za, ai kuli kunendangaje. Umse ni bro yangu tu kabisa. It's not easy. It takes a lot of maturity. It takes a lot of grace. But you know what? Take hizo mahindi, take your githeri, knowing that this is my season for githeri. My season for bacon is coming. And if you ride on someone's bacon, you'll never appreciate when the grace that was used to carry you from where you are. So allow yourself to go that season. And I have said this, there is no permanent tuition. Hawezi kuwa wewe stories zako zinakuanga lack day in day out. You need to have a place of asking yourself, this season has taken too long. Either it is me who is not changing, or I'm not seizing my opportunity well. So thank you so much, guys. As we come to the end of this show, make sure that you'll continue sharing. People need to hear this. Make sure that those your cousin, in a way, use your own wisdom and share with them. Let them know that we have to change. We have to build our families. Wow, I have seen guys have come in. Thank you, Bedwa John. God bless you so much. Hey, Catherine, thank you so much. Mercy. This is great. This is great. I love this. Hey, Reverend Winnie, God bless you. Sholuta Nyokabi, thank you so much for coming in. I like this. I like this. I hope the wisdom is home. I hope everybody have taken their point. I've also taken my point. And I pray the same grace will work in you, will also work in me. That we need to live in harmony. We need to build one another, because that is the joy. That is the whole thing. Family is not battle place. Family is not a place of throwing miseries. It's a place of building one another. It's a place of covering one another. It's a place where all of us, they are concerned with one another, with love, kindness, care, and patience. Thank you so much. God bless you. Looking forward to see you next week. It will be amazing. Keep sharing, keep tagging. And next week will be amazing as we talk money and business. So those guys in business, those guys who are thinking of idea, how to come up with business, next week we want to see how do you birth business ideas? How do you grow business idea? So looking forward to see you. God bless you. And take care. Because all of us are in a family. It's a responsibility to build that family. Shalom, shalom, and God bless you.